Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group, the VA wants to expand AI work with its tech sprint winners. And the Social Security Administration is transitioning its online users to Login.gov. It's Tuesday, July 16th, 2024. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. A quick note before we get started. Today we're taking a break from our usual Tuesday interview episode format, but don't worry. Next Tuesday we'll be back with normal programming with a deep dive interview. Here are today's top headlines. The Department of Veterans Affairs released a notice of intent to issue sole source contracts for an artificial intelligence-enabled healthcare dictation tool late last week. On behalf of the Veterans Health Administration, the VA Strategic Acquisition Center announced that it plans to award non-competitive fixed-price contracts to Abridge AI Incorporated and Nuance Communications Incorporated, two AI platform providers for the healthcare industry, according to the notice. The two vendors will conduct cloud-based ambient scribe pilots that use AI to transcribe clinical encounters and generate notes in medical settings. The anticipated sole source awards are the result of the businesses winning the first track of the VA's AI tech sprint, which focused on generating transcriptions from ambient recordings of patient encounters within specialty care, mental health care, and primary care settings. Through the notice, the VA is also soliciting feedback from other parties that believe they could meet the needs of the contracts. The VA was tasked in President Biden's October AI executive order with running two tech sprints. In addition to the first track, the agency held a second tech sprint seeking an AI system to process documents generated in patient-provider encounters and other complex medical documents for increasing continuity of care for veterans and sharing key points with VA providers. The pilot program will integrate with the VA's electronic health record modernization program and workflows, the notice states, and providers will be able to start recording without the manual entry of a patient's identifying information, and draft notes can be automatically inserted into the EHR without manually copying and pasting. In other news, the Social Security Administration announced last week that longtime users of the agency's online account system would have to switch to Login.gov, the government-wide identity management and secure sign-on service created by the General Services Administration. The new requirement applies to users who created accounts for Social Security services, including its My Social Security benefits management platform, before September 2021, but not those who already have a Login.gov account or those who have signed up for ID.me, another identity verification service. SSA Commissioner Martin O'Malley said in a statement that the My Social Security platform is a safe and secure way for people to do business with the agency, and said that SSA is excited to transition to Login.gov to help users access online services, streamlining the process and ease of use for the public across agencies. SSA said in a release that more than 5 million users have already made the move to Login.gov. The move constitutes the latest effort by a federal agency to transition government customers to a more involved authentication platform. Last September, GSA announced that every cabinet-level agency had transitioned to using Login.gov in some capacity. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, visit fedscoop.com. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people to find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back tomorrow with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.